In this video, I'm sharing my experience traveling to Quito in Ecuador. From arriving at the airport, exploring different neighborhoods, and visiting some of the most iconic attractions in the city. If you're planning a trip to Quito, this video is gonna give you a really good idea of what it's like there. I arrived at Mariscal Sucre International Airport, which is Quito's main international airport. The airport is modern, clean, and well organized, and is located about 40 to 50 minutes outside the city depending on traffic. To get to my hotel, I booked a cab through booking.com. It cost me around $27. And it was very easy just to get there and have someone with a sign with my name. Quito is the capital city of Ecuador, officially called San Francisco de Quito, and it's one of the highest capital cities in the world, sitting at almost 2,850 meters above sea level. The altitude is something to keep in mind, especially in the first couple of days. I stayed at La Carolina Inn Hotel, which is very affordable, especially considering the location, which was right next to La Carolina Park. This neighborhood feels safe, modern, and lively, and it's a great base for travelers. I spent some time walking around the park, and the area around it is full of excellent restaurants offering both local Ecuadorian food and international cuisine. If you like walking, eating out, and staying in a well-connected area, this part of Quito is a great choice. One of the absolute highlights of my trip was a guided tour of the historical center of Quito. This is something you cannot miss. I booked mine on a TripAdvisor, but there are other options on booking.com and other websites. The tour guide was excellent, very knowledgeable, and the tour is extremely informative. Quito's historic center is one of the best preserved colonial centers in Latin America, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the tour, I visited Plaza de la Independencia, Quito's Metropolitan Cathedral, several stunning colonial churches and monasteries, beautiful historical buildings with incredible architecture. The level of preservation is impressive, and everywhere you look, there's history. Along the way, you also find great restaurants and cafes. The Pasaje Arzobispal, or Archbishop's Passage in Quito's historic center, is a charming, modernized colonial courtyard within the Palacio Arzobispal. Another must-do activity in Quito is a TelefériQo, which takes you to one of the highest viewpoints of the city. The ticket costs around $9 for adults, and once you're at the top, you can easily spend a few hours there. At the top, you can enjoy incredible panoramic views of Quito, walk around and take photos, go on short hikes, have a drink or snack while enjoying the scenery. Another great site is the Virgin of El Panecillo. It offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city. This iconic winged statue is a powerful symbol of protection and one of Quito's most unforgettable landmarks. To get there, I recommend taking an Uber, which cost me around $4 and from Parque La Carolina. One of the biggest surprises for me in Quito was visiting the Guayasamín Museum, which was dedicated to Osvaldo Guayasamín, who is one of the most important and famous artists in Ecuador. The museum complex includes his former home, a large collection of his paintings, and works that focus on human suffering, injustice, and Latin American identity. Guayasamín's art is powerful and emotional, and the guided tour really helps you understand his life, his work, and Ecuador's history. The guided tour was excellent, and the entrance with a guide costs around $10, which is absolutely worth it. Another highlight of the trip was visiting La Mitad del Mundo monument, which is marking the equator line. I got there using a hop-on, hop-off bus tour, which was very convenient. I boarded the bus near Parque La Carolina and the journey took about 45 minutes. My first stop was the Intiñan Museum, and this was a lot of fun. The guided tour here is interactive, and you get to learn about the equator and indigenous cultures, try experiments showing how gravity behaves differently on the equator, balance an egg on a nail, and I even got a certificate as an egg master, which was a fun souvenir from the experience. After that, I walked to the Mitad del Mundo monument itself. At this complex, you can stand on the equator line, visit small museums inside the monument, learn about Ecuador's geography and cultures, and take the classic photo with one foot in each hemisphere. It's very touristy, but still a unique experience. I spent 5 days in Quito, and that was enough for me to do everything I wanted to do without rushing. Quito is a city full of history, culture, and incredible scenery, and it really surprised me in the best way. If you're planning a trip to Quito, I hope this video was helpful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time.